Hi, welcome to the award-winning Ed Brown Show. And once again, outstanding guests. I said we have Reverend Wayne Miggins here from Collective Banking Group. I mean, this group has been working in Prince George County 20 years. I mean, the program is just outstanding. I've been trying to get them, boys. Difficult to get them on the show. But anyway, we have Reverend Miggins. Tell us, how did you get involved with such an outstanding organization? They've been functioning here in Prince George County 20 years.
Yes, you're correct.
Tell us a little bit about the organization and your involvement in it.
Okay. Well, I was invited several years ago by Executive Director Dr. Diane Johnson.
Yes.
Dr.
I know
Massey.
I know Diane,
Yes.
too.
Mm-hmm. And not only she invited me, they asked me to be on the board. And I've been on the board about 3 years now. Collective Empowerment Group is a great organization, formerly Collective Banking, as you so know.
Right.
Yeah. But several years ago, they changed and decided to become Collective Empowerment Group, because that's what we do. We empower people. We empower organizations. We empower the congregants as well as other churches. So we try to make it easy for all of us to be able to get a piece of the pie and be able to come to the table, because that's the name of the game. Make sure that we're able to be at the table.
We get our share.
That's exactly right, yes. And Collective Empowerment Group, you happen to mention that we're in our 20th year, which is our platinum year, and we've had many, many events this year that we kicked off. Of course, our reigning president right now happens to be Anthony G. Macklin. Prior to that, it was Reverend Dr. Kerry Hill. And of course, our founding president is Jonathan Weaver, who is now our national president, whom we're very, very proud of.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, what a vision he had to bring all of the churches together and to be able to give us an opportunity to sit at the table and not only run through all the red tape that some of the banks was running us through at the time, but as he collectively got other churches involved, and it's been 20 years now. Yeah. And there's so many things that they've done. I mean, there are people who have churches now because of Collective Empowerment Group. There are people who living in houses because of Collective Empowerment Group. I mean, they've had Senator Mikulski and Congressman Steny Hoyer, and all of them we have associations with. And we're just so happy and proud to be a part of it. And one of the things that we're started out doing this year in this platinum year is we decided to make this the platinum year, where all year long we'd be doing something that would cause people to notice us and cause people to get involved with us. We started off in January with a Martin Luther King celebration. It was a tremendous celebration. And we followed that up with a Valentine's Day variety comedic show. That was awesome. That was at the Pastor Macklin's church over there, the sanctuary. Of course, our empowerment conference was at Dr. Davis's church, as you're familiar with him also. And then we came back in May, and we did two projects for May and June, which was our empowerment conference. And we took that to another level with Dr. Buster DeFries out of New Jersey, and showing people how to become debt-free. That was
very important.
And very important. And it was awesome. It was well attended, and all of the people who were there, they benefited. Dr. DeFries came in fact, we had it at the Evangel Assembly of God Church.
Yeah, on Central Avenue.
Over on right next to Central Baptist. It's on Branch Avenue. Old Branch Avenue.
Right.
What two wonderful, awesome days where we just had a chance to fellowship and be empowered. We had the workshops on Saturday. And of course, each and every time we do something, it just gets larger and larger. And we had many churches that affiliated with us for that particular project. Then we backed it up. Now, that was on June 6th that we had that. On the 13th of June, we had the Kingdom Fun Day at Six Flags Amusement Park. Now, that was something. The vision of that was to try and get all of the churches throughout the Mid-Atlantic area to come together and fellowship one with another on that particular day, where we had an opportunity to share and to bless the youth. And we brought out many, many youth that day. It was a powerful day. Not only that, we even was able to stop the weather.
Stop the weather.
It was a hot day on the outside, but,
right.
but where we were in the pavilion, it was very nice. And of course, then it leads us to, now that was these particular events that we use coming up to our gala. Now that's our once a year fundraiser that we have every year. We've had it now for 20 years.
20 years.
Yes, and this year we're going to do a black tie affair at the Camelot from 7 in the evening until...
That's on Central Avenue.
That's
Camelot.
on Central Avenue.
Right.
That's exactly right, Camelot. That's right. And our intention is to celebrate several of the stalwarts in the area. We're going to celebrate Dr. Jonathan Weaver. We're also going to have as our guest speaker H. Beecher Hicks from the Metropolitan AME Church, as you're very well familiar with. And we're so happy to have him. We know that it's going to be an awesome, awesome event. That'll be December the 3rd at 7 o'clock, and it's going to be on a Friday night, Thursday and Friday, I believe. And again, as I said, it will be a black tie affair, and this is going to be our fundraiser. Tickets will be $100. But for the tremendous work we're doing, what I forgot to mention to you was the awesome scholarship, the Jonathan Weaver Scholarship.
Yes, tell us about the scholarship program.
Well,
you know, here we are just before school begins, a month before that. You know,
that's correct.
The young people would like to get some information on that.
That's correct. Well, they can contact Reverend Dr. Andrea Foster of the Collective Empowerment Group. She's also on the board of Collective Empowerment Group. We have quite a working team. I'm so proud and happy to be a part of Collective Empowerment Group under the leadership now of Reverend Anthony G. Macklin, and of course, what can I say about Pastor Jonathan Weaver?
Right.
Tremendous vision, tremendous visionary, and he brings an organization together, and think of this, he's kept this organization together for 20 years.
Well, I know that.
20 years.
I know.
Yes.
I know he's an outstanding individual. And the fact that he's moved it to the national level shows his value.
Yes, most definitely. And he's got chapters throughout the eastern area
and the scholarship program, how do you have a contact number for that individuals
that would be 301-699-8449. Of course, that's the offices on Apollo Drive. You know, we get new offices now.
Yeah, right. I remember I told you I was in the old building.
That's
there.
Right. That's right.
Where are you located now?
We're at 9701 Apollo Drive. In Upper Marlboro, and great office, and of course we have a wonderful staff there. We have the executive director, Dr. Johnson, and Sister Beverly Lofton, and they're hard workers.
Yeah,
oh, you know Beverly.
I've known Beverly a long time.
Oh, okay, all right. Don't tell her age. Yeah, but the scholarship last year they gave away 2 scholarships. $1,500 each, and this year our intention is to, and we want people to send in, have their children to send in and register. Make sure they register, and we'll get in touch with them and send them the information they need.
And do you have a time limit on the registration? They have to have it in by a certain
We do
time.
have. I'm not certain of it right now. I'd have to cross-reference that with Dr. Foster. I believe it's September, but
you can give that number again.
I'd like to give that number. Thank you very much.
Right.
301-699-8449.
You heard it here on the Ed Brown Show. All you young people, you're looking for an opportunity to go to school. This is the #1 organization. It's been out there 20 years, and they've been functioning in all facets of Prince George's County.
Yes. So again, I just want to lift up the gala. They want to come out on the December the 3rd. Put on your high heel sneakers and black tie and come on out and get dressed up. And we're going to have a wonderful time of fellowship and having a chance to reunite with many of the pastors and ministers and those of the clergy. And for that matter, even some of the congregation will come out to that. So,
well, give us your opinion. You know, I was telling you off camera about Richard Wright, you know, the great Afro-American poet, and one of his favorites is, you're not free unless you're economically free. And just give us some of the things that you all are working on as far as economics. People don't realize.
Well, there have been many projects that we've had, especially over the last years. As I mentioned, we've helped many people to get from one church to another. Some who didn't have a church, now they have churches. We partnered with HUD.
Yeah, and you have programs to help young business people to get involved in the business world. Tell us about that.
That's correct. That's correct. At this particular moment, I'm not thinking who's heading up that particular committee, but all of the
all of those sections can be that number 301
699 8449. If there's something that I miss, just call the office 301 699 8449, and that's 9701 Apollo Drive in Upper Marlboro, Maryland.
Okay, very good. Now, what do you have in the future? See, this is 2015. What do you have down the road there in 2016? Well, now, one thing I think that your organization emphasize is that they tell the people to get out and vote. My God, you know, I think I was really embarrassed in Prince George's County voting registration and the voting in the last government election. It was 62% of the people in Prince George County didn't vote.
Yes, well, that isn't because we weren't out there trying to get them to vote.
Yeah.
As our organization, basically, we were having voter registrations in many of the churches. We went up to Annapolis during several of the events that was happening. Well, our voice is always being heard. Yeah, we're always there.
Well, that's what here you got, what is it, 15 guys on one party and 10 on getting ready. They're starting early to get involved in the 2016 election. The same thing with voter registration and things like that. And now is the time. Now is the time to make the people aware how important it is to get out and vote. Yes. I know the church sets up all kinds of programs for this.
Yes.
And
we make a platform. We make a platform that the candidates can come out and speak to us. We have forums. I meant to share with you that we had a forum last year at Greater Commission Church of the Great Commission. And we want more and more people to get involved in that. Yes.
And your organization has done so well, as 20 years, to really get into, like I say, I was really appalled at the turnout of the last government election of Prince George County. It was the lowest one in the area. And you know, you look at it and you know the people are conscious of it because they helped put the president in office. That's all of a sudden dropping that low, you know, percentage. That means all of you out there, you got to get on the ball, you know. You ride around in your nice homes and cars and stuff, but hey, look, you got to go to the polls too.
Yes.
See, and this is very important on all levels, you know. You have to go to the polls.
Well, Collective Empowerment Group certainly will be at the forefront of voter registration. All of the churches are up and excited, and we're going to do as much as we can to register the people.
I know.
Some of the churches even bring out their buses and bring the people to the polls.
Right.
We do many things.
Yeah, because like I said, it's just very important. And I know collective banking, I'd like to congratulate you all for your 20th anniversary. And Collective Banking Empowerment Group is #1 in Prince George County. Get involved. This has been Ed Brown. Hey, look, we have Raul coming in from the Prince George's Sweet Magazine. See you in a second. Hi, welcome back to the award-winning Ed Brown Show. And you know what? We have Raul Dennis. He is a publisher and I mean the inventor and everything of Prince George's Sweet Magazine. I mean, this is #1 magazine in the country. There's none that I have seen a jurisdiction have the quality that's in this magazine because it gives Prince George County an extra step. Very few I know in the area I have seen anything that looks like this. And so, hey, this is your opportunity to get on board, you know, and you have to get on board now for voting too. I mean, some people say, hey, the voting is not to the 16th. Yeah, you see the politicians out there, and you have to start analyzing these men that are coming up and make your decision now, but don't make some decision. But don't sit at home. Hey, Raul, welcome to the Ed Brown Show. You know, when I talk about that voting, I was so embarrassed at a low percentage of Prince George County. I've been talking about it. I really going to different jurisdictions around the country, man. They say, what? Hey, I said, Ed said, you always pushing Prince George County. I said, what happened in the governor's elections? Hey, you had the lowest turnout you ever had. I said, ooh. So I've been getting the business from all my friends all over this country because, see, what they did, you know, they said Prince George County economically was high, was #1, you know, African American, and then they have a rating that they had in the last. You can't do that. Okay, Raul, welcome to the Ed Brown Show.
It is always good to be on the award-winning Ed Brown Show.
Yes, and with the new individuals that assistants and all, I won another award. That was so that was because of Maria and Richmond and her mother Joan that. Really, they've been all over Facebook and everything else. And then, hey, now they pushed me on the board of directors. I really didn't want to be on there. But anyway, we're going to have a lot of new things in this station here coming up. But right now, we want to talk about the Prince George's Sweet Magazine. And this young man has been out there years. I mean, and what I'm trying to tell all of Prince George's is that the quality that you have is I mean, just look around the area and see what you have there. He's done an excellent job in getting information to you. And what we have to do, we have to encourage young men like this in the business world. Okay, now tell us what's coming up.
Ed, first of all, I got to thank you for having us on. You've been one of the most consistent voices in this community for better than 30 years, maybe going on 40 years. And the work that you've done inspires me. It keeps me motivated, and it keeps my team motivated. So I got to thank you for having us on again and for staying involved and engaged. You could be on a beach somewhere enjoying yourself, and here you are making sure that Prince George stays on track. So thank you very much.
Well, thank you. And what we have to always say is that it's easy to go home and sit down and criticize, but what have you given back to your community? That's what it's all about.
That's what counts.
I mean, everybody's working for a paycheck, but what have you given back? Your abilities, you're sitting home cutting the grass and things like that, doing things around the house. Get out and get involved in Prince George County. That's all I say.
You know, one of the things that we noticed in developing the Suite as a lifestyle magazine for the past 10 years is that the county is developing its own traffic now as a venue, as a destination venue, as it were, for people from outside Maryland, literally. It's shifting what is magnetic north from Smithsonian and Washington, D.C. and so on and such, shifting a little bit when you think about National Harbor and Dave & Buster's and all the things that are coming to Prince George's County, MGM. And so we thought that it would be the right time for us to look at that 1 million plus visitors group that's coming through Prince George's County every year, and look at the 70, 75 hotels that are here in Prince George's County, and see if we can't find a way to marry up people who are coming here with opportunities that are here. Because once again, people kind of overlook that Prince George's has so much to offer.
Right.
And so we came up with something that was already part of the magazine. It's called Destinations. Destinations was already part of Prince George's suite, and we extracted it and made it a standalone of its own. And now we're in our third month publishing Prince George's Suite Destinations, which is actually aimed at the consumer and tourist market here in Prince George's County and the region. And it introduces people to everything that is happening here in that particular month, not just in Prince George's, but in the region, within about a 50-mile radius. And
50-mile radius.
Here on a family reunion, if you're here on a business trip, if you're here for a weekend, it gives you an opportunity to kind of get an idea of who's performing. Anybody from Nelly to Kid Rock to Billy Joel, down to local theater, local artists, and local dinner destinations, all in one package, and we like to call it Prince George's Suite Destinations, and we're pretty proud of it. And again, it's something that we thought would fit a nice little niche group of people who may not know about the great golf here, may not know, but we have Andrews Air Force Base here. But now with the Suite Destinations, we kind of give them a little glimpse into that. So we're pretty pleased with it.
Good. So yeah, you pouring out all those apples there Prince George County has that people haven't tasted yet. You know?
Precisely.
So this is a very positive thing with so many things happening that people get to know what's here. See, most people, they associate Prince George's with the area rather than the county.
Right.
You know what I mean? Which we don't want to really segregate ourselves, but we want to let them know the positiveness of Prince George County.
Absolutely. The Washington Redskins play here in Prince George's County. You know? We got NASA Goddard, as I said. We've got Dave & Buster's coming through in a couple of months. We're pretty excited about MGM opening up next year. So there's a litany of great stuff that's happening here in Prince George's. And obviously there's great golf, there's world-class tennis. People generally don't know how much we have here. We're a great enclave. And so it's an opportunity for people to get a hold of that. And one of the things that's really unique about this product, Ed, is that it's done in real time. Most of the time when you get to a nice hotel, you get a chance to stretch your legs a little bit. You pick up the guide that they have, and what they're telling you is, oh, we got the 930 Club here, we've got the Ritz Club over there, but it's not necessarily laying out who is performing that particular weekend. That's kind of where we come in. We give you an opportunity to know exactly what's going on this particular month in real time.
That's a new approach. Excellent.
Thank you.
Yeah, because that really gives them a real opportunity for the area. And as far as Prince George's County is concerned, the things that have been hidden all these years, you know, because of lack of exposure.
Exactly. I mean, if you know that Jill Scott's going to be here and you didn't realize that a minute ago, you might stay an extra day or two because you know she's going to be in town. And while you stay an extra day or two, you might get a couple of games of golf in while you're here, since you're going to be here for another couple of days. And then after that, you may go over to Sobeys restaurant, pick up a nice meal and some good conversation because you didn't know that all those things were here.
Things were happening, right. Because generally the media centers around a certain group rather than the history of the group. You know, they mostly centered around entertainment. You know what I mean? Whereas you're bringing in the aspects of the history. And Prince George County has a terrific history, you know, of individuals that have made it what it is, because it hasn't been this way all the time.
Right,
A lot of
right.
people have sacrificed in order for things to happen.
Right,
And,
right.
like things Prince George County, since I've been here in the 60s, was that for quite a few years, has really stepped up in all aspects.
Right,
And what we want to do is make sure that we get enough businesses and everything in here so the young people can stay home. You know, they don't have to go to another jurisdiction. They will have the ability to work in the county and enjoy themselves right in the county without many times a lot of people say, I'm going over here, over there for this. Why is that? What we're working on having competition as far as entertainment is concerned, as far as dining is concerned, you know. And a lot of people don't look at certain jurisdictions for certain things. You know, they say, well, I won't mention the name. They say, well, I'm going over there or down there, you know. But what we're trying to do, get from under that image.
Right. Right. Well, you know, from Prince George's, for whom the county is named, to the Battle of Bladensburg, to the Wayne Curries, we've had our heroes, and we've had our history, which is a tremendous history, 300 years plus.
Right.
And I believe that the next 300 years, I think that Prince George's County is going to kind of come into its own as a central voice,
because
not just on the history side,
right,
but on the live, work, play side.
Right, because quite a few organizations in Laurel, Bowie, and the Central Avenue, District Heights, Fort Washington, all those areas there, Brandywine, and all of those really, you know, stepping up. In other words, the type of development that is attracting people from outside the state, you know, because as far as economics is concerned, we offer, you know, we're very competitive in the housing market, you know, when you look at that. And what we want to do is be very competitive in the things that people like to do, like dining out and entertainment. Once you get those, and when I say entertainment, I'm talking about quality entertainment, you know. And you have a lot of that, but it doesn't get that PR. You know what I mean? That's the problem. Is people not accustomed to it, so they don't talk about it. See, things that they're accustomed to when they get family. How many people out there have family reunions? And these family reunions are planned based on what's offered in the area. And the people that tell them what's offered is the residents. They are the ones that do it. And the only way the residents are going to know is they have a publication that's going to give them this information. They don't have to visit everything. You know, they can just go by there and just see and make a recommendation, because quite a few family reunions are made in this area because of the attraction.
Absolutely. See, if you know that there's
Washington, D.C.,
where
you're going to have your family.
It makes a difference in where you
DC.
decide you're going to be. Absolutely. And, you know, where you decide to spend your time is usually where you're going to spend a little bit of your money. Right. And so I think it's high time that Prince George's County got onto that radar.
We want to wrap this up then. Tell us about the coming issues coming up.
Well, you know, the Suite is now a quarterly publication, and we are still very proud of the work that we're doing there in terms of telling the story of Prince George's. Our next cover story is Local Motors. Local Motors is a company that is going to be based in National Harbor, and we're very excited about it because it's a 3D printing car company.
Oh, great. Okay.
21st century technology. You got to see this
hey,
and believe it.
We have to wrap this up, but hey, look. Hey, it's coming out. The Suite is expanding. We got copies coming, different sections and everything. Hey, you better make sure you get a copy. This has been Ed Brown. See you next time.